Eivor, the wind favors us. We should set sail without delay.
You made quick work of packing. Well done.
The dream of new lands is a powerful lure.
As is the promise of glory. But the act of leaving so beloved a home, there is a sadness to it.
Having doubts?
No, not at all. The die is cast.
Then let fate guide our journey. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let us take to the water and leave unbothered while we have the chance.
That chance is past. Look!
Fate flies on swifter wings than we.
King Harald's banner.
Sigurd, what is this assembly? What are you planning?
An exit, father. As graceful as I can. For if I cannot be king in the land of my birth, I will start a new saga. In England.
Nonsense. Your place is here, son, at my side. There will be other victories soon. Other glories.
My choice is made, father. Do not hope otherwise.
It is easy to lose one's way on the road to glory. Do not let false victories blind you to what is true.
You talk of false victories to me, old man? A sad old bear who destroyed his honor with one bent knee. The further I sail from this place, the louder I will sing.
I will be his anchor, Lord.
No, you must be his better half. May Agir bless your voyage.
Got a little bit of screen tearing there, but anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As you can see, new setup, working pretty well.
The time for tears is over, you weeping sacks of wool! Put some muscle into those pulls!
Ration your strength, dog. We have an ocean to cross.
All right, you lazy backrout. Sigurd, what's our course?
The sons of Ragnar established a settlement near the coast. We set sail for that. Bragi, sing a song to lift our hugel.
To rouse the gods! Inspire a mighty fart from Thor to speed us on our way!
An ocean lies before us, Eivor, and on its far side, a new kingdom awaits.
You know England well from your travels.
I spent a season in their kingdom of Mercia, a temperate land, lush and wild. By now, the sons of Ragnar will have claimed its heart.
Do we mean to join their army?
They will join ours. In time, all of England will know of Ravenclan and the glory we brought to that fractured land. So to England! Glory and destiny!
To England!
To England! For Valhalla!
Alright, and what, 7 videos in, we finally have the title screen. And the worst part is I'm reasonably certain that we're not even past what I would consider the tutorial yet, because we don't have our our proper settlement, and haven't learned how we're supposed to upgrade it or anything. And who? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who the fuck is this guy wearing normal clothes? But that's to be fair, I don't actually remember what her name is. Layla, maybe? Lila, possibly. She looks, well, kind of pissy for one. Oh, there. Oh, maybe it just hadn't quite loaded. No, she definitely looks mad. She looks angry as fuck. Are we actually going to come out of the Animus?
In a lecture at the University of Cambridge, Dr. Sirka told a worried audience that scientists have few answers for them. Since the mass coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has increased by a factor of 50,000. This has resulted in huge disturbances in radio and satellite communications, dangerous bands of radiation around the poles, and as we can all see from our window, an aurora borealis that never burns away. Unfortunately, we are stumped as to why this is happening, and if we cannot find an answer soon, it may change the way we live, the way we communicate, even the way we evolve forever. Dr. Sirka went on to say,
Bought you more electrolytes? Oh, new and improved citrus flavor.
Thanks, Sean. How do we fix this? How are you the key to everything?
I'm assuming that's Eivor. I had to guess.
You're a long way from home, Eivor.
Alright, so... The weird thing is, like, that happened way back in Assassin's Creed 3. I'm assuming that's the shield Desmond put up so that the solar flare wouldn't, you know, burn the planet. I also don't know how much freedom we have in this area, because all things considered, I mean, generally you don't have a huge amount of freedom with her, because, I mean, this isn't really the point of the game, you know? I mean, the thing is, like, it is the point of the game, but, or, like, a point of the game. It's just the point that nobody really cares about. I mean, it's, like, mildly interesting, but it's just, like, a waste of time, like, a way to, like, waste time in between, like, the parts everybody actually buys Assassin's Creed for. They did obviously lessen it a lot with Origins, the coming out of the Animus stuff, because, I mean, even after Desmond died, you turned into, like, the Abstergo, like, employee fairly regularly. I guess we should go and investigate that. Oh.
Damn.
Was that? No, I don't know what that was then. Do I go and check out the satellite or what? I mean, I'm going to see how far I can go down this road. Odds are I'm going to hit a wall at some point.
Layla, you can't run away from this.
Yeah. So yeah, haven't played this since the last time we played it. But, you know, new controller, so I should actually be able to parry now. So I can attempt to do that. Maybe change out to a shield again. If we find a good one. Although, yeah, right, we got the Berserker shield. Oh, what's this?
Oof. I'd rather walk into town than use this.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, that would be, like, the one thing, like, going back in time. That would be, like, the one thing that would, like, really fuck me over. Is, you know, the non-flushing toilets. If I went back far enough, though, I mean, past the Middle Ages, back to, like, the Greeks and Roman, I could have a
We'd
flushing
love to
toilet.
play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
Do you? It was, like, Sean playing around then or something? I'm going to assume I did. If I go back... Oh. What is this?
Some quality stuff here.
Okay. What was the point in taking me outside? If you're just gonna...
Mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I don't care what you call it, Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
Hey, sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How is the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
That's supposed to be the same girl we've been working with since, like, Assassin's Creed 2. She does not look anything
Another
like...
satellite came down. Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
Her voice sounds a little different as well. Now, granted, Assassin's Creed 2 was a
Please
long
enjoy
time
your
ago.
stay. Remember, all the garbage must be packed out, and please water the plants once a day. Yeah, I won't remember that.
It's
You
weird
gonna
that you
put
get
this in
her.
the fridge, Sean?
Of course. In half a minute.
Remember, tomatoes go on the counter, not the fridge.
It's weird that you get her inner monologue as well. But I mean, I guess you kind of did that with
Sean,
Desmond.
don't forget to water the plants while I'm under, okay?
I'll add it to the calendar and tattoo it on my leg.
I don't know. Be a weird tattoo. You might want to for your leg. I mean, you might want to put it like on your hand.
Sean has been busy.
An audio fragment sent from an unknown location to our encrypted servers. Nothing was stolen, nothing corrupted, just a quick deposit and gone. We got lucky this time. So what is it? A cryptic sound file, voice unknown with a signal beneath it. The signal was a code, led us to a precise spot here in New England. We dug, and good lord, we struck gold. Well, silver, dominant currency in the Dark Ages. Point is, it was a gravesite. A Norse warrior dating to the late 9th century, early 10th century AD. A few centuries before the earliest known settlements. This is big news if we have it right. Question remains, how did these bones get here and why? So we don't know anything about Eivor, and we somehow landed in what I'm going to assume is like the proper point in his life.
Hello, Layla.
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few more weeks, yeah? Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
I honestly don't remember what happened at the end of the last one. I'm going to assume that we killed somebody with the staff.
That's quite nice. Soothing. Let's have a look.
Okay, so I'm not going to read all of this because it's a lot. Let's see. Unknown sender you. You have a gift and a curse. The gift of old blood, the curse of not understanding it. We can help you, or we can help if you help us. What you did is not your fault, but you must take responsibility for it, otherwise nothing gets done. One of us will contact you. If you miss us, you miss your chance. From Layla. Son, who the fuck is this? Subject, you. L, would your favorite baseball team happen to be the Atlantis Eagles? Okay. Good. I'm ready. One last message, after which all communication between us via this account or any other will cease. We have our own ways of talking, methods that cannot be sniffed or traced. Your previous team made this mistake. They knew the risk, but they were sloppy. Left traces of their activity on everything, digital fingerprints everywhere. That will not happen with us. My colleagues tell me the initial meeting went well. They are impressed, if a little wary of the influence your new toy has on you, but they know better than most what it means to live with such a burden. I am curious to know more about this air of memories, epithet, whatever. It is not a phrase we have heard in all our decades of research. In a few weeks' time, we will contact you once more. If you are interested in proceeding, follow our instructions to the letter. If you're not interested, or if you break any of our protocols, this will be the last time you hear from us. Take this to heart. The world is sick and getting sicker. The Earth's magnetic field is growing stronger. Satellites are falling from the sky. Earthquakes are getting more frequent. Famines are becoming more and more frequent. And now we have credible reports of a new and deadly virus sweeping through Asia. It can feel like we're living through a Yitzian nightmare. No idea what that word is. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. In many ways we are, but there is hope, there is a cure, us. In the past few months we have come across something that may help us solve our most pressing problems. A very promising message that may help us reverse the dire course we are on. If you wish to be a part of the solution, join us. If not, we wish you the best of luck. Oh my god. I don't like the sound of any of this, Layla, and I don't like where this is leading. Not using phones is not the right way to ease my mind. You have my number, I suggest you call it, and no, I won't say hello to our parents for you, because doing so would bury me in questions I cannot answer. And to tell Father that you no longer work for Abstergo would break his heart. That's all he ever talks about, how his daughter is on the cutting edge of neuroscience. The man doesn't understand the first thing about what you do or did, and he's still proud. I will not be the one to disappoint him. Is it COVID? Is that why you're being cagey? Something else? Call him, call me, and stop this insane game, hide and seek. Just want to know that you are safe, Ram. So this had to have started, being made before COVID was a thing, obviously. And I mean, hopefully she's not being cagey because of COVID. It's not like it's fucking deadly or anything. It literally has a 99% survival rate. So I mean, fuck people who think COVID is dangerous. Rami, forgive the short email. I wanted to call, but I'm not using phones right now and my time is limited. I'm still recovering from my trip. Things got out of hand and nothing went as expected. People got hurt. I told you it was for research, and it was, but not for... I'm assuming that's supposed to be Abstergo. The truth is, I haven't worked for them for a few years. It's a long story, and I won't bother you with the details, but it wasn't me. Leave it at that. The group I'm with now, I can't explain, not over email, but they've shown me things, given me opportunities, and opened my eyes to a broader view, but not without cost. In fact, I fucked up last year, bad, more than once, and I need to make it right. I know all this sounds cryptic, it is, but I'm not in danger, not in the way you might think. If I'm being vague, it's because I need to be. Don't want any data sniffers picking up on keywords that might raise alarms. Do I sound paranoid? A little? Here's the point. Don't worry about me. I'm with a couple of people who I trust now. They've been at this a lot longer than I have, and they're going to see me through this. I promise at this time next year, things will be better. The skies will be clear. The earthquakes will stop, and we'll celebrate Ramadan together. It'll be just like the 90s all over again. Tell Mom and Bob I miss them and that I'm doing fine. Your sis L. So are they fucking putting these on here backwards? I mean, I understand that when you look at an email, the most recent, whatever, is... on top, but I mean, because it's a video game, obviously we haven't sent the first email. Let's see, I don't have COVID, no, and I'm well isolated. It's just 3 of us traveling together, staying out of sight. Thanks for clearing that up in such profound detail. I'm sure I'll sleep soundly now, Rap. In all honesty, I'm kind of pissed that they brought COVID into this game. I mean, I realize that it is a thing in, the real world that's happening right now, and Assassin's Creed has always been, kind of real world. But I mean, when you have, the Earth about to be destroyed again because of, satellites flying in the sky, global magnetic fields and shit. I mean, you don't have to bring an overblown political subject into, or political plot into fucking video game. English locales of note. I'm just going to very slowly scroll through this. So anybody who wants to read it can. That's a lot, and I'm not gonna read it out loud. You can pause it if you want. I'll try and scroll slow and pause every now and then so that you can hopefully just read fast enough so that you don't have to pause the game. But if you do, or pause the video, but if you do, I mean, go for it. Alright, there's that. What about media? Well, here's the strange message.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
I mean, that could be Odin. I mean, the whole sleep again thing. Odin slept a lot. What is this?
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences. So, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total brat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
I'm so glad they brought Sean and Rebecca back. I did really like them.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. A stagnation sets in, you know? A fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
I mean, I completely agree with them. I mean, I never really thought about it because, you know, it's a video game, so I mean, it's like, oh, Assassin's Creed, yada yada. I knew it didn't make sense, but I never really bothered to think why. But yeah, I mean, once again, it would be different for the people who chose to be an assassin as to those who were forced into it, like Desmond was. But yeah, I mean, I get what he means, you know. It's like, oh, you have the choice to do whatever you want, like ultimate free will, right? But ultimate free will isn't good. Like, ultimate free will is I'm walking down the street, somebody bumps into me, and I pull out a knife and stab them in the throat and then just keep walking. Like, that would be ultimate free will. Like, I would have the option to do that with no consequences, right? So, I mean, boundaries, laws, rules, all of that is important. And, I mean, obviously the assassins have their rules and laws and whatnot for their organization. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't get in shit so much when you played these games for doing stuff. And as for, like, people thinking they're you know, it's going through the motions so that they can think they're doing something, that's like everybody who posts on social media, basically. Where it's like somebody dies, like, oh, our thoughts and prayers are with you. It's like, what good does that do the person? It does them no good. It might, if they're an insufferable person, it might make them feel good because it's like, oh, look at how many people are paying attention to me and my worries and everything. Oh, but it's like, in reality, you're not doing anything to help that person. Like, now, obviously, there's a lot of stuff where you can't really do anything. Like, it's like, oh, there was an accident and, like, my kid died. It's like, well, I mean, you can't really do anything for that person, obviously. But, like, just posting on social media that your thoughts and prayers are with them, that means nothing. I mean, you're not doing anything, but it makes you feel better. It's just like everybody wearing the mask during COVID, right? It's like, sure, it makes you feel better, but in reality, you're doing nothing. I mean, like, absolutely, like, nothing at all. And whenever people do shit like that, it always just annoys the fuck out of me.
Hold on, I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything, but you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig.
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly, almost without me noticing. Like a figure in the corner of my eye. Or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up. Couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh, we'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, it'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have E-suit DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah. It has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me. Teases me. Drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy. God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know, but you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. We might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
Yeah, I imagine having all those like memories from other people would make you feel old, wouldn't it? Alright, what is this? Oh my god, so many. Alright, let's see. Once again, the slow scroll. Oops, went a little fast there. The slow scroll. Number 2. There we go. Oh, that one wasn't very long. Number 3. Getting that slow scroll is hard, just a little bit. Number 4. Oop. 5. I recognize a lot of these pictures from the other Assassin's Creed games. Were they all from Origins, though, from the looks of it? Like, maybe not. Staff of Eden. Whoops. Staff of Hermes. There we go. There's the staff. Oh, acquired from Cassandra. Oh, there we go. Known bearers, Hermes, Pythagoras, and Cassandra. And now Layla. Then my stuff. Pictures. Oh, look, we can look at pictures. That's Sean. That's Rebecca. There's the Animus. There's the cabin. I'm assuming that's a place outside the cabin. I just didn't really look at it. Oh, that's the grave. Alright. I'm assuming I can't. Yeah. And then what's in the trash? Oh, well, the file is corrupted. I guess that would be why it's in there. Let's see. Mr. and Madame Babot, my name is Layla Hassan. I was a friend and colleague of Victoria's, both at Abstergo and in our subsequent freelance careers. In all the time I knew and worked with your daughter, I was always struck by her limitless intelligence, her humor, and her ability to focus, even in times of great stress. She was an inspiration, not just to me, but to all those who worked with her. I am writing to you now with the hope of shedding some light on the circumstances of her death. I realize it must be strange to receive a letter out of the blue from someone whose name you have probably never heard, offering to explain the tragic loss of one so dear. But if you'll allow me, I will try. I was with your daughter in the moments leading up to the unfortunate incident that took her life. In fact, I am partly to blame for, and then she couldn't finish it, which I understand. Alright.
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we'll use it for something, and odds are maybe we'll get like Odin's staff, might get Mjolnir, Meow.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
So yeah, it is an awfully small couch. Although I guess she's not. Well, maybe it's not a small couch, and maybe she's just short. I don't know.
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The 2 data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like 2 minds, fighting over one brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
I mean, is an excuse if that's what happened. I mean, she got the staff took over her mind, and, she ended up killing her friend. I mean, without the staff, she wouldn't have killed her friend, and I don't think there's really any
All right,
question
time
of
to
that.
go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead. Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can go
No,
and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
I mean, I'm still gonna say until proven otherwise that message came from Odin. Because, I mean, odds are all of the gods from all the different pantheons were Isu. I mean, we had all the Atlantis, like all the Greek gods and that. And, like, it wouldn't really be that surprising to find that, the rest of them were also Isu. That would also make sense. But let us go and take over a settlement. I honestly thought that like we'd be establishing our own, but I guess it would make more sense. Both, also, well, before I get into that, was anybody in question that Vikings were in North America before anyone else? I mean, I feel like that was like a pretty well-known thing, you know. Like, they obviously didn't stick around, but I still feel like it was a well-known thing that, like, you know, the Vikings came and fucking raided North America as well. Because, I mean, they had a pretty big reach. I mean, they went and fucked up a lot of people. But anyway, both gameplay-wise and, you know, lore-wise, I imagine it would make more sense for them to take over as an established colony. Lore-wise, because they're Vikings. Game-wise, because, you know,
There
it's...
she is. England, our new home.
Not a patch on Norway, but we'll make this land our own soon enough.
I'm glad to see any land at all, and will be happy to have my feet on solid ground again.
We must not rush our landing. All you see here is Saxon territory. The Kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified. There will be eyes watching us from the trees, with bows drawn and traps set. We must be wary. Randi, dig in your oars, all standing.
Have you spotted something?
Not yet. Well, let us go ahead to clear the path of any dangers, then follow our lead when the sun brushes the horizon.
Understood. May Thor bless you all on your way. We will see you soon.
Sail on.
Yes, I'm ready for whatever these green-thumbed fairy folk have to throw at us.
Sigurd, do the sons of Ragnar know that we're coming?
They do not, but they will not scoff at our visit. Of the 4 kingdoms in England, the sons of Ragnar have settled only one. The rest is ripe for the taking.
Do we mean to join their army?
No, no. We will speak with them, get the lay of the land, and carve this country into as many pieces as we see fit.
Look ahead there! Is that what passes for a town? Plain brick in a single rune to their timid god?
That rune is called a root, Doug. The cross upon which their god was sacrificed. It sits atop a monastery, a place of worship.
That cross killed their Christ, and now they display it in worship? Bizarre.
We carve idols of our gods and make wishes before them. Like our sacrifices to Odin, the One-Eyed.
But we do not worship the wolf that kills him. That is the difference.
Whatever strangeness we see in these Saxons, they must think the same of us.
The hammer! Now there is a symbol worthy of a god. A bolt of lightning would take that cross clean off.
I mean, yeah, I mean, any religion looking at a different religion would find it weird, right? I mean, or people who aren't religious looking at religion might find it weird.
Ritual drowning.
Baptism, Dag. Are the ways of Christians really so unfamiliar to you?
Not at all. I simply forgot. And someone has to keep the conversation up. It must be priests and worshippers alone in that place. We could storm this port with ease. Sack it without breaking a sweat.
Is there much in the way of treasure there?
Always! They shape precious metals and cut jewels to their gods. There will be a fortune there.
Later, Dag. There will be time enough for raiding once we have settled.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I imagine we're going to be raiding a lot of places. But anyway, like I was saying...
Stop the boats! Pull up over there. The way forward is blocked by a chain spanning the river. We must remove it before pressing on.
A chain? Can we cut through it?
It's too thick for access. But there must be a way to release it, somewhere in that camp.
I will go.
And I will be right behind you.
No, Dag. You stay here. Should trouble come our way, I want you defending the ship.
A good idea. Send out the arrow and keep your sharpest axe at hand, huh?
Something like that.
What's the meaning of this?
Alright. Can I get up now? Yeah. Here. I don't know how to get up.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, here we are. Alright, so yeah, like I said, taking over a current settlement would kind of make more sense, just because then they could have it where it's like there is a little bit built already, you know? And then you just upgrade what's there instead of having you build it all from scratch. Alright,
the guards here are vigilant.
Are they? Are they vigilant enough, though? Okay, so there's a guard there, guard there. Alright, having just played a bunch of Wolfenstein, it kind of makes me miss my throwing daggers. Boop. You, carry you. Oh no, I think I talked about that last time, so I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, let's see if we can continue our, because we've been doing pretty good with stealth, right? I mean, at least I feel like we have been. I don't really remember fucking up the stealth bits too much. What was whistle?
Jesus, what's happening?
There it is. Okay, there we go. Oh. And goodbye.
A Dane! A Dane has come!
What are you talking about? A Dane has come. Is there, like, is somebody coming? I feel like they're not, but whatever.
Something going on?
Maybe you should check it out, buddy.
Shrub lover, are you?
I wonder if we're gonna get, like, some English armor here. I probably won't wear it, but I mean, although I feel like all of these guys are insanely small in comparison to me, so it wouldn't really make sense that the armor would fit anyway. Alright, I can't tell which way. I think he's facing away from me. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Come here. I need to have a chat. And this looks to be the final guy. You know, since they have like that meter at the top, I will admit it would be kind of nice if like once like you've killed everyone in a place, that meter went away. So that it's like just like a little indicator.
It's huge and poorly anchored, it appears. I might be able to shoot it.
There we go. Hit you, and then I'll just leave you up here because odds are you are the last guy, if I would have to guess. Like that. Ooh, titanium. That's new. Just supplies, eh? I wonder if supplies are going to be something that we need for like upgrading. After conducting several trials, we have found that these naval chains will hold against even the most durable Danish longships, so long as the mechanism remains intact. Several more blockades will be constructed in the coming months and are to be installed on the rivers leading inland. This is our best defense against any forthcoming incursions. It is imperative that these blockades be maintained and kept operational at all times. Any failure of function is to be reported immediately. So I'm assuming that's a result of our brother showing up here and fucking them up beforehand. I can't, there doesn't seem to be like a way down to it, or through to it, but I'll just go around this way. What am I supposed to be shooting? Because I mean, that just looks like it's... Go, get rid of that, and that.
Done. The path is clear.
I'm going to assume that that's going to be something that like we have to constantly do.
Away. Eivor, back to the boat.
All right, well, where are you? And oh, come on, Eivor, you 100% could have made it to the boat from there. And actually, before I do that, I want to check. Okay. I just wanted to see, make sure that I had actually gotten any other like treasure or wealth that was happened to be in that specific place.
Fine work, Eivor.
I say we go back, Sigurd. Give those dogs a good knock around and take whatever treasures they have. Easy pickings.
Not today, Dad. We press on until we reach our goal. We cannot afford another surprise. Now be on your guard. It should not be far.
Gods, I'm ravenous. I hope they have food and ale on hand when we arrive. You should have sent word ahead of us, Sigurd, to get something on the spit.
If Halfdan, Ubba and Ivar Ragnarsson are lacking food in England, then all of us will starve. Have no worry.
Ah, I can see it now. A suckling pig, tender and juicy, and ale as gold as the treasures that we failed to steal back there.
A man of simple pleasures, aren't you, Dad?
And he is happier for it. For my part, I look forward to standing in the footsteps of the giants that built this land.
What giants?
The great Romans and their empire. Giants of a forgotten age. They held dominion here long ago, and their ruins dot the landscape. Every brick and stone tells a story of conquest and glory. And now, they are rubble and ash.
Ready to be remade. We will rebuild their empire, brick by brick, and ours will not crumble to dust.
All things end, dog. The ruins are not a warning, they are a testament. Look there, just ahead, where the sons of Ragnar make their camp.
At last, to find our feet on steady ground.
Sigurd, hold back. Something isn't right.
Good eye. There's too little movement for an army. Only tents and a few men.
Not the army we hope to find.
No. Let us get a closer look.
Alright, so obviously shit's gone wrong. Now, this doesn't look like much of a settlement, but I see some sort of building and wall over there on the right. So, I mean, maybe there is more to it than meets the eye.
They're too ragged and soiled.
We should proceed on foot, lest they spot the boats.
Dag and I will go together.
We all go. If they are friends, I wish to meet them as a Jarl. And if they are foes, then we fight them all, together.
I mean, you say that you didn't want them to spot the boats, but we're literally just docking. Like,
who are these men?
They speak with twisted accents. English, no doubt.
Dog, Eivor. On me.
Alright. Eivor, stand up. I still don't know how to make him stand up. I'm assuming it's automatic, but it just seems to take like an awfully long time to do it, you know? Or it's like, Eivor, get off the boat, and then like 5 minutes later he finally stands up.
Oi, what's this? A mess of filthy Danes befouling our riverways?
You there? Give us your name.
I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg. And you are...
Men who do not take kindly to Dane invaders creeping into our camp. You'd best move along, pagan. Spare yourselves a slaughter.
You threaten Norsemen with a play of swords and expect us to cower?
I have been 8 days at sea without a drop of blood to wet my axe. So spare the chatter, buckerout, and draw your weapon.
Hey, what? No mercy, rats.
Let's finish them!
Oof, that was rough. You assholes fucking... Oh, I see where everybody else came from. Come here, you prick, in your sling. Oof, that's a lot of guys you got there. Oh, you fucker. Come here and stop with your slings. Fight me like a real man. Fight me like a Viking even though you're not one. Oh, what? Oh, I do kind of want to parry though. I think I tried parrying once, but like my left bumper, I don't remember if I actually got it or not. Come here. Oof. There we go. Got rid of you. Ooh, you and your freaking... I imagine that that's probably a skill I can pick up at some point. Is that... That was a big dude right there. We got like 2 of our own guys still sitting on the boat. Okay, was that it? Looks like it. That was easy enough. Man, raids are super easy.
I want no more surprises.
Let's keep our wits about us. I'll check the longhouse.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, like, look at how many people there were. But, I mean, when you have, like, your own army with you, ugh, it's so nice. Anyway, longhouse. I'm assuming that's the building that I could see from the water. I'll pop this, and then I'll grab some food here to heal up. Okay, nothing to loot in there, which is a little...
Thought I would find at least one of those fools squirreled away somewhere.
Well, yeah, you would think. But up here, nothing, really. I mean, I have no trouble believing this would be our settlement. I mean, it's pretty big, from what I can see. I don't know whether or not we're going to have walls. I mean, none. No, I mean, they had walls in Norway. I mean, obviously walls were a thing, but I mean, just saying, like, they did have, like, forts and shit with walls, so I imagine we'll have walls. Like I said, I don't know exactly how upgrading works. The fact that we got 100 things that just said supplies leads me to believe that that's going to be an upgrade requirement for stuff. Yeah, but I mean, like, this place looks pretty big. It's spread out nicely. It might be a little too spread out for my liking, but I mean, the fact that there's nothing to loot here also makes me kind of believe that there isn't any, or that this is going to be our settlement. Now, we came here and he had full intentions of taking this place from the Ragnar son.
Look at this.
A nice trap. Might be something inside. I'll have a look.
Do I have a way to... Whoops. To disable a noise? No, that's for the box behind it.
Wait. Who are you? Are you with those brigands as well?
Sigurd,
No.
Dag, in here. Those men had prisoners.
Just two.
You there! Untie us! Let us walk and we will not hurt you!
Quite bold in those bindings. I like your spirit.
We are very agreeable people, I promise. You need not kill us.
Peace, friend. We have no need or wish to hurt you. What are your names?
Yenli. I'm a merchant, not a bandit like those others. And this is Rowan.
Rowan, that's right. I'm a stable hand, that's all. I keep horses and, well, I did, till those brigands sold them off.
They meant to sell us next, as slaves to the nearest bidder. But I ripped their eyes out before I let that happen.
And how did you find yourselves here?
We came to trade with the Sons of Ragnar, at Halfdan Jarl's asking. But they were gone when we arrived.
Unbind them. You know the Sons of Ragnar?
Aye. Sold many a mare and stallion to the brothers. Good men. Always paid me fair.
From the look of this camp, they've been gone for some time. Where will you go now? What will you do?
Rebuild my stocks, start anew. I have friends and allies across the land to aid me, but it won't be easy.
Every town and village needs a stable to keep horses fit and trim. I'll find my footing again. Somewhere.
What are you thinking?
That we could use their skills as we get settled. Having access to trade and someone to tend our mounts would be a boon.
My thoughts as well. Any friend of the Ragnarsons is a friend of mine. Right, Dag?
Whatever you think is best, Sigurd.
Dag doesn't care. He's just there to kill
Rowan,
stuff.
I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg, son of Styrbjörn. This is Eivor and Dag. Both of you are free to go, but more than welcome to stay if you're willing to pull your weight.
We'd be happy to, if only to get back on our feet.
Then let it be done. The Raven clan welcomes you. From strangers into friends, into family. The others have arrived. Come.
I have a good feeling about this place.
Honored family, friends, welcome to your new home.
Oh,
Fine
my.
work.
Cleaned it up
A
good.
longhouse to rival any I've seen. Now come. Randvi has found something I would like you to see.
Eivor, Sigurd, I give you England and its 4 kingdoms. Mercia, East Anglia, Northumbria, and Wessex. From the few plans and maps I discovered here, I believe the Sons of Ragnar have pushed further into Mercia, here. My scouts will soon tell me if I am correct.
And where are we?
Here, in this unnamed copse of trees.
Unnamed? We cannot let that stand. What will we call this place?
I might have an idea. Ravensthorpe, the village of ravens.
I like it. The poet in you sings once again. One day this name will be known throughout all of England.
A name is only a beginning. If we want renown, we must build. Expand.
Agreed. We should begin with a forge. Can you help Gunnar get working again?
We'll need cargo, supplies.
For that our neighbors will provide, whether they wish to or not.
Scarcely arrived, and now we must raid.
We cannot master this land merely by asking.
I'll go and speak with Gunnar now.
I do have some supplies.
Good
Alright,
work,
let's see.
dear. And what else have you
Travel
found?
sees to different countries,
Short
use an
notes
atlas
mostly,
available. Does that mean that we
scraps
go
of
to
plans,
more than
old
just
letters,
here and...
a few runestone messages. It took some time to decipher the mess and piece it all back together.
does that mean that we get to travel to more than just, like, Norway and England? I mean, that would be cool. Now, once again, I imagine this is going to be our one and only settlement. If we do end up taking over any other places, odds are it will be, like... Fuck, what's the right word?
I like living in the longhouse. I feel like a jarl.
What the fuck are you? You don't... Anyway, we'll call it here. A little bit over an hour, but I mean, to be expected when they don't stop talking. But yeah, next part, we'll go around the village, see what's up, see how we upgrade everything and whatnot. And it looks like I may have 4 skill points to spend. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more.